Buongiorno and welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you're new here. So today we're going to be playing with my goodies that I got from the Sephora Spring Savings Haul. So I have some new stuff to try out and I'm going out tonight. So we are going to be testing out like the Danessa Myricks bronzer. I have some new blushes, eye products, just everything. So we will be testing those out with one another. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to this video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below, hit that like button, it would really help me out, and let's go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, so I went ahead and did my base makeup just because I didn't use anything new, so I was like, we can just skip through. So let me know though, is that like your guys' favorite part? Because like I feel like some people are like, once you've seen it once, you don't really need to see it again. Then other people are like, oh, I always want to know, like I'm interested. So let me know. I do use the Glow by Auric the shade 3, I believe, underneath my foundation. And then for the most part, I mean, I use my Pat McGrath foundation. So we're going to start off with the eyes. And I only bought one actual eye. Like, I bought the Marc Jacobs, like, powder, like, just in one shade, eyeshadow. And then I got the Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold. So tonight, I'm kind of just wanting to go with this. If I'm in a hurry, I kind of want to just, like, sweep this all over and just do one and done, but I think I'm going to put at least a color, like a wash of color through the crease. So I'm going to grab the Hindash View Topsy palette that I have been in love with. So I'm going to use this just because I'm like, I just like to. So we are going to dip into just kind of some of the, I will dip over here and then into the brown just to deepen up the crease, and then maybe a little bit of the deeper brown. I'm really excited to try out, I have a new blush, a new bronzer. I'm excited to try out like the face products. So that's one thing where I'm just like, yes. And I love this freaking mirror. I love that I can hold it like this, like a book pretty much, but it's like comfortable with my fat little hands. I can do it. But yeah, we are going to a escape room, which I've never felt so stupid when we did this last month, but we are gonna go try again. But this time we're going with my parents and Nick's parents, and I'm like, we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I was not as useful as I thought last time. That's for sure. Everyone's like, once you do it once though, like the next time you'll be better. And I'm like, I hope so. It's gonna be a long night. But too, like the guy forgot to like reset the room and stuff last time, which I think threw us off quite a bit. Like 3 clues were like not set up, so I'm gonna say it's that and not my brain just melting over the past few years of not doing anything. I think that's pretty much all I want to do. Like I said, I'm gonna just kind of wash that color all over. So I don't even want to like, I'll do a touch of the deep brown. I always think I have so much time on Saturdays because I was watching Hell's Kitchen, like the old episodes. But I don't have that much time. I'm like, oh crap, we gotta leave in like 25 minutes, so. Just a little tiny bit. Like I said, I don't want it to be too intense. Oh, it's been one of those days, you know? Those days when you're just like, I have nothing to wear. Nothing fits me. That's how I feel right now. Like the Grinch. So, we're gonna take this. This is the Rose Gold Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury. And this, like I said, this is what I bought in the sale. I've been much more into one and done shadows. I used to hate cream shadows. I wouldn't go as far to say like I love them because I'm always so scared of everything expiring. Like eyeshadow palettes, like I can have an eyeshadow palette for 4 years and still use it and not have any issues. Creams, I get a little bit like, what's growing in there? I mean, I'm sure that's happening to the powders as well. Okay, but I don't mind as much for some reason. Or they just completely dry out and you're like, well, what a waste of money. I used this 3 times, you know? So I only got one. I wanted a brighter gold. They had like an antique-y gold. And it just wasn't what I was looking for. I was like, I want a bright gold. I'm not really like a bronzy gold. Like it just wasn't what I was going for. But I was like, if I love this, maybe I'll go back and get another one on the next sale. But this is kind of what I wanted. I love the shade of this. I have the Glow by Auric one. I regret that, okay? I love the face stuff, the Glow Lust, But the eyeshadow, I mean, the cream isn't bad, but it's almost like a mauve-y, like a darker tone. I got the pink one, which I guess is the one that everyone said wasn't as good as the other ones. But I don't think I'm willing to risk like $40 to get a new one when the first one didn't impress me that much. So, but the glitter topper that's supposed to go on top, like, it's so dry, and I never reach for it because I just like have to sit there and like dig it out, and it's just not worth it to me. Like, I'm just, no. So, I really like this shade though. And I am going up a little bit. Like I said, I just want this to be like super easy, simple. But yeah, I think my standards of perfect have gone down. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, if it creases a little bit, it creases a little bit. I'm okay with that now. I used to be very like, no, I can't do. No one cared before, no one cares now. Okay, that's the bottom line. So that's where I'm at with stuff like this. Costa Riche from MAC, always my favorite. So I love this because it's a brown, so it's intense, but it's not too intense. What do you guys feel about the new Jaclyn Hill stuff coming out? Because I'm a little bit like, I'm interested and I'm not interested. Like, I really don't bake. It's just not really my thing. Like, sometimes I'll do it for fun if I just feel like doing extra steps for absolutely no reason. But it's definitely not something I'm thinking about. Like, I'm like, oh, I should have. I always still have time trying to find the lid, and then I was like, oh, actually, you need it for your lower lash line. So that was useful. But I'm going to just take a little bit and just smoke out my lash line. But yeah, I'm like, maybe I'll do like the pressed powder palette, but I'm just also like, if I'm not interested in it, don't buy anything, you know? It's kind of my thing for this year, where I'm like, if I don't really care about it, there's no point in wasting money on it. Or at least buy it from Ulta in case I don't like it. But we'll see. I'm undecided until I see more. Because I do use powders to like set, but that's about it. I don't think I'm that into loose powders anymore. Like, everyone kept talking about the Kosas, and I was like, I have my Pat McGrath. I love it. I have, you know, loose powders right now. I still have like my Fenty, my Huda Beauty. Like, I don't go through face powders. You know, I just don't. So I did use the Charlotte Tilbury on my eyes, the new brow cheat, and I'm really enjoying it. I was really sad though, because like I pulled up my Benefit to use, so that's definitely my favorite. And of course it ran out today, and I was just like, oh. But I try to get it when it's on Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, and right now they're not, like, they had Anastasia products. I was very upset about that. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm like, I usually buy 4 during that time. So I'm like, maybe they'll bring it back because I need it. But yes, this is the Danessa Myricks. We're going to take this on the Fenty brush. This is the shade, it should be shade 2. Yeah, it's medium. So it is a cream, it's described as like cream to powder type thing. And this is the Power Bronzer. Matte Bronzing and Shaping Cream. So I'm excited to try this. I did want to try a few of her eyeshadows. It just, money-wise, I was like, let's try. I wanted to focus on hair this time. That was where my calling was during this Sephora VIB sale, apparently. So in the future, I might get a few. And I wanted the shade. There's like one specific shade I wanted, and it was out of stock the entire time. She has really pretty ones though, like she has this bright orange and this bright yellow one, and I thought about it. Put it in my cart, took it out of my cart, and then I was just like, I wanted it. But in the comments, people were saying like, hey, if you don't use this fast, it will dry up. And I'm like, how often am I gonna want to do like a neon yellow or orange eye? Like, probably not that much. So I was like, think on it a little bit more. I'm noticing that this is very nice and buildable, very natural. I'm hoping it builds up a little bit deeper, but I do really like the color it's giving me. Yeah. Very nice. So I will swatch this for you because I did get the Kaja little bento like 3-piece set, and that comes with a cream bronzer as well. And I've used it. It's nice. It's $25. Very compact, very like quick, easy, one and done type product. But the bronzer, like I kind of have to, I have to go in with something else as well because it's just not deep enough for me in the medium shade. It doesn't really give me much. But this, I think this is gorgeous. And very easy to blend. I'm really happy with this. And like I had said in other videos, I ended up exchanging the Patrick Ta one for this because I was just it was not working for me. I have like a little hair in here and it's gonna drive me nuts. So, very, very nice. I really like this. I'm having no issues. Muddiness, I'm just like, yes, this is what I want in a cream bronzer for sure. This and like the Tarte one is probably my favorite. It's funny because the Kaja one is actually the one on the bottom, and then the Danessa Myricks is the one on top, even though the Kaja one looks deeper in my hand. When I apply it to the face, it goes on much more sheer than this one. So just to know, it's not like I can't use it. It's just one where I kind of use like the Fenty matchsticks in combination with it, or like another cream stick in like a contour area first. But this is the Cloud Latte one. And we are going to use the highlight in here today, but I have another blush I would rather use. So I want to try out this Bare Minerals blush. So this is the Kiss of Copper. I don't love the packaging on this. I haven't bought anything from Bare Minerals in so long, but the packaging does feel cheaper. It doesn't feel like the most luxe. But the product definitely has like a punch in it. I have not worn it on the cheeks, but even just watching it, I'm always like, oh, like going lightly, you know? At least for me, who's not like a blush fanatic. Gotten better. I did buy 3 blushes. So, we are going to... I do like that shade though a lot. Is anyone else like... I just went with, even though there's so many cream blushes I wanted, I was just so like... you have too many open right now. Like I have like so many Glossier ones I need to use. I have 2 Fenty ones. I have 1 Melt one, and I'm just like, no, that's enough. Like you can get more next year after you use the other ones up a little bit more, but not right now. So I'm kind of bringing this back. This is the one that says Blonzer. I don't really get it. But I can, like, it can be used kind of to bring it back. I don't think I would still like top it everywhere, but it is giving me a really nice flush of color. I'm liking that a lot, actually, surprisingly. And then, let's see how, I feel like I really need to like put some powder on my under eye. I found this KKW powder. That's what I'm talking about. It's like I keep finding powders everywhere that I'm like, I don't remember last time I used this. So this is the shade 2 though, and I remember really liking this. But the Jaclyn Hill new ones kind of remind me of stuff like this, like the whole thing. And like, I know me, I'm not buying an extra step to do under my eyes. I won't remember to do that. You know, just not where I'm at in life right now in terms of like taking that time. So, I'm going to spray my face with these Farsali. I wonder, like I follow them on Instagram, the creators of Farsali, and they're saying like, I don't know if we're going to reopen the website or not. And I'm like, but everything's still full price on Sephora. So I still hate setting spray. I don't get it. How people can just be so like, I love it. I'm like, I don't. I'm only using it because I have it. But I generally like to skip it. But I'm like, everything's still full price, so I'm wondering if they're really gonna, you know, what's gonna happen. I hope not, because they have some products that I like. I don't know what they are, really. But I feel like I buy for, it's the packaging that kind of draws me in. So this is more of like it can be built up, but you can also go fairly subtle with this one. And I like the shade of highlight. The blush is definitely way more pinky. So that's the blush shade. But like I said, Kaja does go on a lot sheer than like what it looks like in the pan. And then we'll just kind of layer. I don't mind being a little bit more intense. It's Saturday night and we'll be home by 9. But I'm just gonna put a touch right there, and then a little bit just in my inner corner. I feel like this is a pretty highlight. Like I said, I did buy the Say Beauty one, and I'm not a fan. And a lot of you guys said to try out the, like, during my haul, you were like, try out the, like, actual highlighter I got, which was just the dewy one. And I was like, I don't like this. It smells weird. And everyone's like, oh, you got the slip tint as well. And I was like, yeah, the, like, actual, like, foundation, SPF one. And they're like, the foundation smells the same and there's something wrong. And I was like, no. So I'll try that out tomorrow for sure. Okay, hair done. Somewhat. Thank God for dry shampoo. I'm just like, it's not great up close, but we're gonna use this Mented Nude Lip Pencil. I really like these lip pencils from Mented. I want to try more of their products. It was just more so like when I initially placed an order, not a lot was in stock at the time. Kind of blend that out onto the lips, and then let's use a pretty nude shade. So we're gonna go with Artist Couture Angel Baby. And then we're gonna use my new Tower 28 gloss. All right, and then I have the Tower 28 gloss in Oat, which I really like this gloss formula quite a bit. The only thing is, like, I'm not someone who will buy like a whole range of like sheer ones. I'm just kind of like, I'll buy one and kind of be done with it, just because I feel like they're all like too similar. So that was my only thing with it, where I was like, oh, I'd buy more, and then I was like, well, really, why? Like, I really kind of want a Dior lip oil, and I'm like, do I though? Like, do they provide any color? I don't know. So let's see. All right, so this is the finished look. I feel like everything came together well. Like I said, I know I didn't have like, you know, a lot of new eye products, but the face products I'm very, very happy with. And I really like this Charlotte Tilbury shade. I mean, it's definitely more of like the neutral side. Like I said, I kind of wanted it for work days where I was just kind of like, look alive here. So I really like all the products I use. And then I kind of mentioned the ones that didn't work for me. So like the Say, I just didn't want to ruin tonight because I'm like actually leaving the house. But that's pretty much my biggest disappointment so far. But everything else I liked. So if you want to know like recent hype products that I maybe don't love, I'll make sure to pop that video up here. But other than that, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Wish me luck tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Bye, guys.